Welcome to Elite Expert Insider Podcast, where we will inspire, motivate, and educate entrepreneurs, innovators, and growth seekers. Brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, making the best and brightest in the industry #1 best-selling authors. 80% of people say they want to write a book. We're assuming that's the same for you. If so, contact us at www.eliteonlinepublishing.com and make your book a reality. Hi, everybody. It's Melanie Johnson, along with my friend and business partner, Jen Foster. Hey, Jen.
Hey, everyone.
So it's a super great day. I have a friend of mine who jokes with me all the time. He says, Melanie, how come you're always so happy? And I said, because I start my day when my feet hit the ground and I say, it's going to be a great day. So I hope you're starting your day with our podcast. Remember to subscribe to our podcast. And if you're looking to write a book and become a #1 bestseller, then, hey, look us up. We're at eliteonlinepublishing.com. They say 80% of the people want to write a book. So we think you might be one of those. So don't be just one of the 1%. Get out there and do it and make it happen. So Jen and I are really excited. Tell us what's new and what happened. I'm holding it up right here for those who can see it. What happened this last week?
Yeah, last week we had an international best-selling book hit the market on Amazon and other online stores. On I think we are on Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, Kobo, iBooks, Nook, like everywhere you can buy ebooks, as well as paperback. And we have a famous inspirational quote book with our editor, Bailey Foster. She combined a lot and made a lot of the images in the book. But it's amazing quotes from all sorts of different people. I mean, we've got authors and business people and musicians and politicians and athletes and actors and just a ton of awesome quotes. And this book is so great because it's not only good for you to read every day and pick a quote and read it, but it's a great book for you to give as a gift, whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, a graduation gift.
I'm buying a bunch for graduation to give out for sure. I think, and you know what? One of the things I really love about this book is that the fonts are so big, like it's giant. All of them are different, but one of the things I love just about the physical part of the book is that, so if you're starting to wear reading glasses like me, you don't need them to read this book. And if you're young or a young kid, it's very easy to read. It's really big print. So someone who's 8 or 9 years old could really read this really well. And like I was saying, you want to start your day with something fun and inspirational. This is a great bathroom book, by the way, that you can just pick up and thumb through it. It's great if you have a guest house just to have it out for people to thumb through.
Right. And coming out next week is our hardback edition. And that would be really good for the bathroom too, because it's hardback and it's a nice little square. So you can put it wherever you want, or even just right by your bed. So when you wake up or right before you go to bed, you read a quote. So one of the quotes in the book I think I have seen it at least 10 times this week. Like everywhere I look, I keep seeing this quote. And let's see, it's by Audrey Hepburn. She's one of my favorite actresses. What does it say? It says, nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
So, and you know what? Sometimes life gets you down and you think that something isn't possible. So you got to remember it always is. And here's one of my favorites. The secret to getting ahead is getting started by Mark Twain. So, sometimes it's like you keep stuff in your head. Oh yeah, I want to do this. I'm thinking about doing this, but you've got to take action, right?
Yeah.
So
I think those two quotes go together. Those two quotes totally go together.
Yeah.
Because, I got a little emotional there because it seriously happens in my life all the time where I'm thinking, oh, that could never happen. It's impossible. And then you're like, wait a minute. No, it's possible. I just need to will it to happen, right? And then you take that action and you make it happen.
Yeah, sometimes things don't always work out the way that you want them to. Like you have a plan. So I always tell people, take the plan and you adjust the plan. It's like taking that Rubik's Cube. That's what I always tell people. I always feel like my life is this Rubik's Cube and it's kind of, sometimes it gets to be a mess. So you got to keep shifting and moving it until you get all the colors lined up. And sometimes, that move didn't work. So then you got to move it a different way until it works. So
right. And then what happens is you think you have all your colors in a row and someone comes and moves your Rubik's Cube and changes it for you, and you come back and you're like, wait, no, I had that perfect, someone just messed up. And so then you got to adjust again and fix it and make it go back.
Okay, so here's another one that goes along with this whole theme. It says, this is from Venus Williams. It says, I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals and I try to ignore the rest. So let me say it again. I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals and I try to ignore the rest, right? So things might not go your way. You got different battles you're going on. So just keep focusing on what you want and how to get there. And anything else that's getting in your way, then don't pay attention to it.
I love that. I love that. Here's one by Willie Nelson. So I love this one too. It goes with what we're saying. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results.
Oh, yeah. Because if you're always thinking about the gloom and doom, then your mind is focusing on the gloom and doom versus, making things happen.
Yeah. And talking about Willie Nelson, I don't know how many times I hear every single day, at least 5 times a day, I hear on the radio that song by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And that song is from the movie.
Star is Born.
Star is Born, right.
Star is Born.
And the person who helped write those songs is Willie Nelson's son. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga and Willie Nelson's son wrote most of the songs for that.
Oh, really? I didn't know Willie Nelson was part of all that
His son, Willie Nelson's son.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
Here's one. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions, by the Dalai Lama.
Oh, I like that. And that kind of goes along with last week's podcast, Corey Jenkins. She talked, if you haven't heard it yet, go to last week's podcast. Corey Jenkins talked a lot about that. I like that one a lot.
Oh, and I love this. This kind of goes with her too. This is by Arthur Rubinstein. I have found that if you love life, life will love you back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that goes along with Corey's book, I Love Myself So.
And if you invert that and you say, I hate life, then life is going to hate you back, right? Then it's going to be miserable. But if you start liking life and and that's what I tell my friend too. I say, it's going to be a great day. And then I say what I want to happen that day. Yeah. And more often not, then it happens. It might be small or it might be a bigger version of that. And then I tell myself, I should be saying a bigger version of that every day when I go up. Like if I'm going to make money today, I'm going to make money today. And then, I made $20. I'm like, well, I made money. I made $20. I need to say I'm going to make thousands of dollars today.
Exactly. Well, it's true though. We all have that friend who something bad happened to them. And then they go into this downward spiral because they focus on that bad thing that happened to them and they don't get out of it. And the only way to get out of it is for them to change those negative thoughts into positive ones and focus on the positive. Because there's always a positive thing. There's always something that is going right. Whether it's just that, you had a cup of coffee that tasted amazing, right? Or that you have water to drink that is pure, right? That the other day I had a kind of a bad morning. And then I went to a meeting and I got to listening to a friend who she was telling me different things that were happening in her life. And it kind of hit me like, yeah, those little things I was upset about this morning really are just really small. It's like, don't sweat the small stuff. Like those things don't matter. And it's not a big deal. And I was making a mountain out of a molehill and it didn't really matter. It was don't sweat that small stuff. I think that's a book by Gary. I can't remember who wrote that one. Gary, somebody.
I don't remember.
Don't sweat the small stuff. It's another little bathroom book. But yeah, you don't need to be focusing on all that negative when you're upset about something. And then you see someone else's perspective and what someone else is going through. And you were like, oh yeah, my thing's really small compared to what they're dealing with right now.
And think of the energy that we expend on that small stuff a lot of times, right? So that's what this book is for, is if you're in one of those funky places that you can pick this book up real quick, open it up to any page, and you're going to find something that is going to shift your focus. It's going to shift your energy into something more positive because when you let go of those other things, oh my gosh, it's so freeing. So freeing. I had something really going on with me that I was in a lawsuit and I was just, it was really dragging me down. And then once you find the solution to it or you remove yourself from a situation, it's like, oh, I had a choice to either do this or do that. You have a choice, right? To get swept up in that small stuff in the minutia of the day. And at the end of the day, you're not going to be remembered for those small things. And sometimes God is putting those small things and challenges in your life to teach you something or push you in a different direction. So, all right, this is, sometimes I'm a procrastinator. I admit it. I do procrastinate sometimes. And it says only put off until tomorrow what you're willing to have left undone. That's by Picasso. So I thought about that yesterday. I had a contract that I had to get out, and I'm like, oh, I could probably go and do that tomorrow and get this other stuff done. And I'm like, you know what? We're supposed to have storms here in Houston. I don't know if I'm going to get this done. And my son ended up staying home from school. So I'm so glad that I did it yesterday. I just plowed through it and made sure I got it done. So otherwise you're right, because something could happen and then you're never going to get it done, or it's the next day or the next day. So if you're willing to have it not done at all, then put it off. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I think there was someone told me an analogy one time about that, where you procrastinate about maybe cleaning the fish tank. And you're procrastinate. Oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that tonight. Oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that in the morning. And eventually you can't see the fish anymore and the fish dies. So when you think in your head, oh, I need to clean the fish tank. If you do that, it takes you 20 minutes, or it depends on how big your fish tank is. It takes you 5 minutes because you have a little one like me. Then it's done, and you can go on with your day, and you feel accomplished because you did it right then instead of procrastinating. You just do it right now, right?
I love that analogy. That's a great analogy.
Just do it.
Here's one. It kind of goes along with procrastinating, because you're telling yourself that inside your head not to do this, or you're having negative thoughts, or you're getting scrunched in the minutia of the day. It says, this is by Anne Bradford. It says, tell the negative committee that meets inside your head to sit down and shut up.
There you go. I like that. Take charge, right?
Yeah, take charge. Hey, stop that in there. Who's ever given me the bad advice, sit down and shut up, and I'm moving forward and getting this done.
Exactly.
And I'm going to have a great day no matter what.
Yes. That reminds me of the Inside Out movie from Disney, that all the emotions that go on in your head. It's such a cute movie.
Yes. Yeah, that video or audio recorder that you keep playing over and over again, you get to choose what plays in there. Exactly. So, and if it's, you know what, I think people don't realize you get this, like you say, video or audio playing in your head of telling yourself something. Oh, this didn't go right. We should have done this. You can hit the stop button. So if you think about that, if your thoughts are taking you down the wrong path, hit the stop button or pause button, and then start a new video, start something new that you're telling yourself. And a great way to do this is to pick up our famous quote book by Jen Foster and Melanie Johnson. So
check out this one. This is one of my favorite ones. Can you see that in there? Fun is good by Dr. Seuss.
Fun is good.
We have to remind ourselves that, I went to the zoo last weekend with my nieces, and you have to remind yourself, like, what it's like to be 3 or 4 years old and how much fun they have, like chasing bubbles and excited about the monkeys and all the different things, excited about the sea lions or the seals, like all those different things. Like, you have to remind yourself that fun is good. You need to have some fun sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with one last quote. And I love this because, Jen and I are both parents. So I think, and it's almost the end of the school year right now. So it says, the parent says, what did you learn today? The student says, apparently not enough, because we have to go back tomorrow.
There you go. I love that one. Awesome. Well, pick up the famous quote book on Amazon today, or on your other favorite online store, Walmart or Kobo, Goodreads, Nook, everywhere books are sold online. Go check it out and pick it up, and enjoy your famous quote book, or share it with others.
Yeah, you can get it as an ebook, a paperback, or a hardback. And they have a new thing where you can gift the ebook to your friends as well. So don't just get one for you. Buy 5 or 6, give them out as gifts. It's a great graduation gift or Mother's Day gift. I just love it. So remember to subscribe to our podcast. We love to have you as a subscriber. And if you're looking to create a book and be a best-selling author, contact us at eliteonlinepublishing.com. And we'd love to work with you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you'd like to create the most powerful advertising tool for your business, contact us at eliteonlinepublishing.com, where we will help you create, publish, and make your book a #1 bestseller, and show you how to get new leads and more revenue for your business. If you'd like to check us out on our Facebook page, we have a free book for you as our gift. Just go and click free book. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment for our podcast. We would love to hear from you.